Hey, great Monday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville, and I'm back in Brownsville. Uh, it's trippy because someone made mention. They said, "Hey, Este, hadn't been seeing your shows." I said, "Like, well, I've been out of it a little bit. I've been dealing with mental breakdowns and uh, trip to Las Vegas and stuff. So that took up a little bit of my time. My brain's still broken, but that's okay. That's the story for another day. But let me say, because a lot of people always say, Frankie, no, es que puro negative, negative. No, let me tell you, I was on the first flight from Brownsville to Vegas from Avelo, and I was impressed. It's good for Brownsville. It's good for Brownsville that you have an option of flying out for a weekend, and that's basically what it encompassed. Friday, you get there Friday afternoon. You're there all Friday evening, Saturday evening, Sunday evening, and then come back early Monday morning, and you're back home. So it's a good thing. I think I had a conversations with a lot of people that were on the plane. It was Brownsville people, and of course I sat in the front. It was Brownsville people, and people were excited, you know, about going to Vegas and leaving from Brownsville. Este, it was just amazing. People were tired of having to drive all the way to Harlingen to take Allegiant. That's the name of the airline that goes from McAllen to Las Vegas. But I think it's a great thing. I hope that in time they would add more flights. But it's a good start. No?
Well, if you're rich and have money and are able to travel, yeah. But if you're a common folk like myself and 99% of Brownsville, well, we can't relate. But we're glad you had a good experience. Would you recommend people use the airline?
Yes.
Would you yourself use it again?
Never again. But I want never, ever, ever again. But not
But
because
to
of
Vegas or the airlines?
no to Vegas. Never again to
Oh,
Vegas. But it's a good thing. And again, for me personally, it's not the best thing. And I think what happens, Frankie, es que muchas personas se van con la ilusión de que Vegas and stuff, and really you could fly out of Brownsville to Vegas, $150, you know, at round trip. That's not bad. Even you can afford that, I'm sure. No, well, it's not bad. I mean, once every 2 3 months, not bad. Ahora, you could stay. I found that there's like a lot of different hotels that are in the area that don't have to necessarily stay on the strip like someone did, like I did. I mean, I spent a good $1,000 on the 3 nights that I was there. Este, and that was a mistake, because at the end of the day, if you're out there and because if you go out there and you're spending the time in the hotel, you're not really seeing what you need to be seeing. Now, you could go to any casino you want and play. You don't have to be a member of the hotel. So I stayed at Planet Hollywood, right at the center of everything, right in front of Bellagio, close to Caesars, MGM, everything was there. I would never do it again. Well, I would never do the Las Vegas trip again ever, but if I was, I would never stay on the strip again. It's not the thing to do. It would have been a lot cheaper to gotten a cheaper hotel a little bit farther from the strip, maybe like 6 blocks away. And then I imagine, Frankie, that you could probably make the trip with less than $500.
I don't know about that. I have to agree with you. I have stayed at Caesars, and again, you're only there for what 5 6 hours at most because you're just there to sleep. I personally, Erasmo, I like to stay in Old Vegas. I like to stay at the Four Queens. There's a resort, the Circa Sports Hotel and Resort. That's my personal favorite. Is brand new, but I personally like Old Vegas. I don't know why. I like to go to New Vegas just for the shows and mainly to go eat. But
Yeah.
the ambiance, I'm more of an old Vegas type of guy.
Yeah, and you're 100% right. And but look, this is what and my attorney mentioned that oh go to, but they mentioned Four Kings, and I looked for Four Kings, but by then I already had my hotel. But I wanted to go to Four Kings to go visit, but it was really Four Queens, I think.
For Queens, yeah.
But again, but think of it, Frankie. If you go by yourself and you spend $150 for airfare, I mean, you could find a room out there, farther away from the strip. I would dare say for a good $100 a night. So that's
Probably
300.
less, probably less on non non busy season.
Well, let's say 300, 300 and 150. It's $450, Frankie.
Yeah,
So you just have to get some money if you're going to do the gambling thing. You have to, and that's I did the gambling thing, and you're out there playing. You make a little bit of cash. Something inside of you says, "Ya vete," and come back later on. Pero what happens? You get into the well, maybe I could make a little bit more. So I think I put down like $200 or $300, Frankie, and I made some, went down, made some. So I think of it this way: I spent a good $300, pero I was entertained all night,
that's good.
so it was okay. It's just the experience. What happened then was, and you get to drink for free, so they're serving you drinks like crazy and stuff. I did not drink much when I was sitting at the tables. Actually, uh, I have some news for folks. I have um, stopped drinking altogether, este, completely. Este, but so it's worth it, because each drink, Frankie, te vale que $20, 15 to $20.
22
So,
bucks, yeah.
huh?
Like 22 bucks. I think a beer's like 15, 12, 15 bucks. It's
But
expensive.
let's round up to $20. So you're up to $20. You're there for 3-4 hours. You're gonna have like 6 to 7 drinks. That's already like $200. So I mean, you could make it back just by not make it back, but at least spend what you're going to be consuming there. And one of the other things that I tried to avoid because I honestly wanted to go to Hell's Kitchen. And a lot of people are like, go to Hell's Kitchen, but you go in there, you're going to spend 75, $80 per person. And this is what happened with I went with Abraham with a couple of girls, and they wanted to go to a tipo Brazilian, no, Argentinian restaurant where they go and they cut you the meat, like Fogo de Chao, I think is one of those that does
Mhm.
that. And of course, I didn't do it because I don't eat. So I mean, I'm not gonna pay $50. Go pay $50 to eat like this much of meat. You know, I want a lot of meat, so it's not worth it. So we went to eat there. I had some shrimp scampi, off the menu, and they paid $175. So they literally paid $50 a pop. You know, to eat, and that's what happens. But so on the second day, on Sunday, a Sunday thing, I said, you know what? Screw this. I went to Taco Bell.
Let me
Well,
try
I
something
love.
different.
Well, I know, but I went to Taco. Stay off strip and Uber everywhere. The only go if you're going for show concert and non summer. Oh my God, it smells so bad over. Yes, let me tell you, it smells like piss all over.
That's how New Orleans smells to me. Like
Oh yeah.
this gut. Yeah, like it's horrible.
Yeah, piss everywhere, and it smelled like pot everywhere because you could smoke pot legally. So it was that mixture of piss and marijuana smoke, and it was like, you know. So it wasn't that pleasant. Didn't see that many homeless folks, but I think that they keep the strip kind of like, you know,
Clean.
push them away. I did
Hey,
see this. I did see this fear.
hey, you took pictures. Was it a packed flight?
No, but
Do you anticipate people using this airline to go to Orlando to go to Vegas? Because this is only like a test run, right? This isn't like a this isn't set in stone where this airline is going to be here for the next foreseeable couple years, right? They have to see how this these flights go, I guess.
I think they're going to test the waters, Frankie. I think they're going to test the waters to see how well it went. But I mean, I'm going to say it didn't feel like it was packed, but you could tell that there was a lot of people from Brownsville on it, you know. But que te diga yo, it felt packed, especially on the way back. It was like I was sitting by myself in the front row, from both sides. You know, there was no one on my right, and there was no one sitting with me. I don't know if it was because it was just me, or people just didn't want to book the extra cost of the flight. I wound up paying like $325. Eric, I can't find your message, puppy.
That's still not bad for Vegas. That's still not bad round trip.
No, it isn't. But I got the cushy little seats.
Yeah.
Uh, Eric, send me a WhatsApp message. I can't find your message. I get a lot of messages, so send me a WhatsApp message. But so I paid like 300 and some bucks. Not bad. Not bad at all. Plus, you know, I get into this little where it's got to be nice, or else, you know, ni pa qué. Why not? Why not go? It's crazy. I've become like it's and it's real weird, Frankie. Because let me say,
But it's a
I
good
feel,
thing. It's a good thing. You have standards. You know, you want a certain, experience.
well, it's what I was going to say is one of the things that I experienced, and a lot of people were very friendly. Erasmo, Erasmo, Erasmo. A lot of people. Everyone on that plane knew who I was. But you know, you got the people that que es raza, and they were like, Erasmo, Erasmo. And then you got I think it's the St. Joe crowd, or you know, the richer folks, Frankie, and they were going like, you know how someone passes, and like if they're desperately trying not to, you know, make eye contact with you, but you know they want to, you
Yeah.
know, they'll go like, ay, como que no lo quiero ver, you know. But what's trippy is for them, it's so weird to have someone like me, you know, be somewhat at their level in regards to, you know, doing the nice things, you know. It's like, you know, they I sense that como que, oh yeah, this guy's the southmost gutter trash, and you know, and he's out here, you know, because I could go into any room with las buchonas de St. Joe, or con, you know, all the rich and mighty from St. Joe, and I could still be Erasmo Castro, you know. O sea, me puedo codiar, como dicen, con todos. Pero it's the same way I could go down to Southmost, Frankie, and play Loteria with the people from Southmost, and it'll look more genuine than John Cowan playing Loteria with the people in Southmost, because that's not a good fit, because it's not him, you know? It's not him. And when that video came out of John Cowan playing Loteria on Southmost, I go like, you're pandering, bro. No one in their right mind would ever believe that John Cowan would be caught dead playing Loteria on Southmost con la raza.
You look
Right?
super
Am I right?
awkward.
Yeah?
No, yeah, he did look awkward in that video, and I
It
don't know
just
how
didn't
good
look.
his Spanish is. So, but again, people bought it, I guess.
Oh, yeah, no, people bought it. Again, it's gotcha for the people of Brownsville, because they bought it, and they still don't get it. And that's a part of the issue. I think where the city of Brownsville continue to make their mistake, Frankie, is in the marketing of these things. Okay, the marketing of these events, because this, Frankie, should have been like a blowout marketing event. It's the first Avelo flight from Brownsville out, and they had their orange ticket holders allá en una esquina, Frankie. And for them, it was like taking pictures and with the balloons and like a little press conference. But it was the same crappy people, the same people on the committees. As Jessica Gonzalez, the Snaggletooth was there. You know, all the little wannabe politicos. They don't get it, Frankie. It would have been. This is my opinion. You can share yours if you want. They should have been here where the airline people are at, greeting the people that were actually coming in and giving them out some goodies. You know, that would have been a good opt, you know. Ahora, what they really should have done, Frankie, someone from the city of Brownsville should have flown on that damn flight. You should have had the mayor of the city of Brownsville fly to Vegas, or Roy de las Chanclas. That would have been you know, flying out, spending 2 3 days, and come back. Aquí I'm with la gente, la raza. But como que no pescan la onda, that would have been great optics. Choose one of y'all to go out there and do the flight. Instead, they had me, which I think.
And I do agree with you because we haven't heard about this airline, since they probably announced it. And what are their expectations? Do they expect for them just to get like the citizens motivated on their own? I think it's something that you need to be promoting. You need to be reminding the people like, hey, don't go to McAllen, don't go to Harlingen. We have options here. Spend money in Brownsville. Leave from Brownsville. You don't have to go to another city. But again, the city always lacks that for whatever reason. Uh, their I don't know, their priorities aren't in the right spot because again, this is only like a test run at Osmo. This isn't something that this airline's going to be here for the long run. They're going to see how it goes. But if they don't have that support from leadership,
Bye
we
bye.
should anticipate this airline staying here after their test flights.
Yeah, and that's what's unfortunate because if it doesn't happen, frankly, it's like someone made mention the other day. Sometime back. I think I've shared this, and I think I shared this with you because some people from SpaceX, estaban cuchillando entre ellos like, well, es que Erasmo hates SpaceX. I go like, I can't hate SpaceX. We desperately need SpaceX. I mean, we need them there as much as they are destroying the environment out there, as much as they're limiting the access of individuals going to the beach. That's not their fault. That's the politicos' fault. Esa es la culpa of the people that sold us out as a community. It's their fault. It's not SpaceX's fault. Mira, and I'll give you one more example before I let you chime in. It's like with the Casa de Nylon building, Frankie. People are going like, oh, well, you hate the Golanskis. I don't. That was smart on their part. Frankie, if you got a $600,000 property, Frankie, and you're asking for $2.3 million and you get it, you're a genius. You know?
Yeah.
You're amazing. It's the politicos that sold us out. Tony Martinez and all those other jokes, Rose Gowen, John Cowan, all those other jokes on there. Those are the guys that sold us out. Those are the ones that we needed. But the problem is that this community tends to call out individuals like myself, like Good Morning Brownsville, like other folks out there, even Captain Bob, call us out. But they keep electing these same craps, the ones that continuously do this to us.
I want you to help me out. I'm working on a story. It's been 10 years since Elon Musk and SpaceX got into an agreement with Cameron County. They were given 10 years of tax abatements. I think that's going to end starting 2024, August 2024, if I'm not mistaken. So what's going to happen now is the county going to be taxing SpaceX, or will they be given an extension of another 10 years?
More extension. I look, Elon Musk did not become the world's richest man by accident. You know,
And I guess he could threaten, right? He could threaten us to leave. He'll be like, "Oh, well, you're gonna tax me, so then I'd rather just leave." Like I guess that's the logical thing that's gonna happen. But somebody brought it to my attention. I thought, you know what, that's true. I'm gonna look into this because a 10-year abatement is coming up. But they're already neck deep. They wouldn't just get up and leave anytime soon. So it wouldn't be in the county's best interest to tax them. But then again, we hear about all these the dust and the debris and the harm that it's been causing to the wildlife and even to us humans having respiratory problems. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Again, don't hate the player. Hate the game. And unfortunately for us, we get played by the same individuals that we keep electing on there. So you can hate them all you want. Doesn't change the fact that they're brilliant. Elon Musk is brilliant, and like here locally, the Golanskis, and even, and I'll say this much, even like the Limas brothers, because every time I see the Limas brothers, they're like, oh, we hate you. I'm just calling you out for being ratas. But it's not that it's not that I dislike you. I mean, you've made a killing, you know? You're the smart ones. We're the stupid ones, you know? I'm not calling y'all stupid, just ratas. But that's different. I'd rather be a rat and have money in my pocket, I'd rather be called a rat and have money in my pocket than be stupid and be the one that's paying you that money. Like I just said rata and my cat started crying.
It's
Este,
cute.
but no, yeah, I'm cute. But no, they made a killing. It is what it is. Have either of you tried the Rico Rico food truck in Brownsville yet? Have you, Frankie?
No, I think I
Where
saw
is it?
some pictures. Uh, is it by Vermilion? It's like going to SpaceX. It's not Vermilion. What's that elementary next in front of Lucio? Victoria Height? No, not Victoria. What is that? The one
In
going
front of Lu-
on Boca Chica. The one
El
right in
Jardín.
front. El
El
Jardín.
Jardín.
I'm sorry, El Jardín. I think it's close to El Jardín. No, there's a food truck there. I think. I'm not sure if that's the one that he refers to.
Well, that's your hood, bro.
Yeah, but I don't go that area.
You don't go back to the hood.
No, I'm in the hood. I'm saying I don't go like SpaceX Boca Chica route.
Everyone wants to remember the people lost on September 11th, but we need to remember the Muslim pigs from Saudi Arabia that flew the planes that killed Americans. Saudi Arabia was a big player in September 11th, but our government bows down to these Muslim pigs. They hate us. Never forget it. They will attack us again. And he's right. You know, as much as, again, and that's one of the other things I wanted to talk to you, because I know you're very passionate about September 11th. As much as we want to say Osama bin Laden, but we give Saudi Arabia a pass. They were their people, you know. Someone out there should have known something was going on, you know. These guys were getting airplane training in Florida, so I don't trust any of them as far as Frankie could probably throw them. But yeah, I agree with that. Uh, Frankie, how did you commemorate September 11th?
I just ate some chicken stir fry, and enjoyed my day. But I agree with you, Erasmo, and I remember we all remember that day, what we were doing, what we were at. We I personally remember how the very next day everybody was proud to be an American, like the song. Everybody was patriotic. It unified the country. But the older I get, at 22 years, since that tragic day, it seems as if there's a lot of question marks, and because of that, now you traveling, you have to go through TSA. Now the government has more leeway in regards to privacy. Now they're tapped into our phones, into our TVs, where there is a fine line between are they invading, are they overstepping the boundary of our civil rights of privacy. Many people say, "Oh, that was just an excuse for the government to take control of everything, pretty much." But nonetheless, it was a day that we're always going to remember, and how people remember where they were when John F. Kennedy was shot is something that we're always going to remember. Where we were, where the Twin Towers were hit.
Yeah, it's kind of trippy because I was in Mexico. I was actually living in Monterrey on September 11th, but you felt this hate, this passion, this hate towards the individuals that caused this. And one of the things that I think, a couple of things, I actually saw a George Bush uh, interview that he gave 10 years after 9/11. Where he was talking about all those iconic moments. When he was at the elementary, when he gets word, I think it was Card, that I can't remember the guy's name, that went and told him, we're under attack, and his face, his facial expression when he went to New Orleans or Louisiana. I can't remember the name of the base, and then to Nebraska, and and you were going through the whole thing, and you were just following along, like you could not stop watching it, and this hate, and again, the only thing that was going through my mind that night, when he gave that speech from the Oval Office was, nuke the crap out of these people, you know, yeah, nuke the crap out of them, and they're animals. They're animals, and they'll always be animals. I mean, anyone that would do that to innocent people, I mean, they weren't attacking. I mean, except for the Pentagon and the failed attempt. I think the other one was going to the White House or the Capitol. But for the two, they attack civilians. I mean, go attack Pentagon. It's again the head of the military base. You're still going to get your butt kicked from the United States of America, but go out there to military posts, but you attacking civilians. And that's one of the things that I think for the longest time they had been always accusing the United States of, harming a lot of civilians throughout the world in order to get their way. Again, valid point. But you don't have to go out there and do the same, as to go attack the government. But it was an interesting day for me, following all uh, the whole remembering stuff. And for me, the worst thing, the worst thing was seeing the people jump from the building. Gotcha.
Pobrecitos, yeah. Erasmo, what's your take? 20 plus years after, how do you
22.
think Bush is going to remember 22? How do you think President Bush is going to be remembered?
Oh, let me tell you, one of the things that I don't know if you remember. Yeah, you probably do remember that election. You were a lot younger. One of the things that was very contested right before or during that election race was, should Al Gore have been president? And the
Mm,
hanging chads and everything else. And Bush wrote it amazingly. And maybe shouldn't have been president. With that said, we would have been in massive trouble if Al Gore would have been president. He would probably surrendered to them. Al Gore is a piece of crap. Don't care what anyone else says out there. The guy's psycho. He's a piece of crap, and this crazy stuff about
climate
green.
change.
No, but climate change. The green directive and census. It's crazy. You know, as the because it really irks my chain that all these people, they're such hypocrites. Because oh, okay, well, I gotta go green and everything, and they're flying around in these big old jets, private jets too, like that Kerry Ketchup guy. Can't stand that guy. I can't stand Kerry Ketchup. You know Kerry Ketchup, right?
John Kerry?
John Kerry.
It
You know
took
why
me a
Kerry
while.
Ketchup, right? No,
No.
because he married into the Heinz family.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
That's how he got his big bucks. It's like all these they're hypocrites. It's like when all these. I was watching. I was seeing a Facebook. Al Gore is a socialist piece of crap. 100%. It was crazy. I was seeing this little post on Facebook how oh God, Mike Tyson was making fun of this boxer or something, un chavalon or something, because he didn't want to associate with anyone, and he was walking around with four big old bodyguards around him. He's going like, "That's not a fighter," because if you were a fighter, you didn't need 4 or 5 bodyguards around you. Well, I never walked around with no damn bodyguards. I'm my own bodyguard. I'm a fighter. And
It's
I'm going
true.
like, true, and what he was doing is he was saying how Pacquiao was a better fighter than Floyd Mayweather, and a bunch like also. I mean, Mike Tyson's kind of cool, As much as he talks like a little girl, he's kind of cool. He's a big fan of Este Chavez. What's the guy's first name?
Julio.
Julio Cesar Chavez. A big fan. Como que he can appreciate real talent. and not this flaming, money making extravaganza stuff, because I think that's a lot of things that he went through. So it's in the same respects, as in that sense. But I I I I think this country is on the verge of wanting something a little bit different than these individuals that constantly want to preach to us. This is how you're going to save the planet. This is how you're going, and then they go out there and do, the opposite. I think people are tired of that. Campbell say anything about Muslims from Saudi Arabia before Facebook blocks it. Don't forget, the hijackers were from Saudi Arabia and they were pigs. Muslims hate us and will do it, and they hate pigs. Don't forget the 700 hijackers were from Saudi Arabia. They hate us. I think we said that already. Facebook keeps blocking my post about Saudi Arabia and these Muslims. Deleting. Oh, Facebook keeps kicking me off. I wonder why. Facebook will suppress free speech and the truth. 100%. All under the guise of their religion. If you don't believe what they believe, you are an infidel. Well, Frankie's an infidel.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that has been going on since what, the Crusades,
Oh,
since
hell
as far as we could remember, and people have weaponized religion. Unfortunately, as of late, we have seen the Saudis where uh, everything on the West is evil, and they deserve to be destroyed more or less. So it's just I don't know. Religion should be more about trying to find salvation, about preaching love, about preaching judgment day, that we have to repent for our sins. But once you use religion to promote violence and to promote anarchy, pretty much it's uncalled for.
Yes or no, Frankie? Erasmo needs a tattoo.
No.
Well, let me tell you, I was actually wondering if I had gotten one on Saturday and just couldn't remember.
Gee.
We were thinking about the movie, The Hangover,
Yeah,
and I
where
was,
you wake up with it on the face.
yeah. So I was going like, could I have gotten a tattoo? I probably could have. Uh, I went on a shopping spree on Saturday. I think I told you right before it came on. I bought like six shirts, and of course, Avram and his girlfriend took advantage of that and they're like, "Comprame una también." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." $100 a damn shirt, Frankie.
Must be nice.
Crazy.
Jeez.
And then I went to Banana Republic, and I love me some shirts at Banana Republic. And I actually don't remember the Banana Republic, but I sure do have the shirt and the
As
bill.
long as you wear them, there's nothing to worry about.
Oh, it's a beautiful shirt. I'm actually probably going to wear it tomorrow. I think I only have like one. I don't have any weddings tomorrow, so I'm going to wear it tomorrow. It's a beautiful, beautiful shirt. I have good taste when I don't remember stuff. And the este, so I was BISD and Maggie's crusade against the district.
BISD, man, it's in shambles. This majority has been nothing but a wrecking ball. The thing that we need to focus on at Osmo is September 18th. That is their insurance meeting. Something funny is going on with the insurance. As we all know, it's a multi-million-dollar contract or contracts that go out for insurance. Just recently, and you know how every meeting, every committee meeting or board meeting is televised on YouTube. Well, there
Yeah,
was an insurance meeting at Osmo that wasn't televised, and that automatically send out red flags, because here you have a committee meeting on insurance which affects the 5,000 6,000 employees that BISD has, and this committee meeting was nowhere to be found. At the last board meeting, or at the last special call meeting, or no board meeting, the insurance consultant was pretty much not reprimanded, but it was brought up to his attention that it looked as if there was funny business going on, because only three insurance carriers out of the, let's say, 10 of them that applied were vetted and were deemed that they were the only ones qualified enough to present to the board. uh, Something funny is going on behind the scenes. we know the players and things like that. So September 18th at Osmo, there is going to be that insurance meeting. We do need to pay extra close attention because something just isn't right. But Maggie's been at it. Maggie, of course, keeps all eyes and ears on BISD. I just haven't gotten her take on it, to be honest.
Um, I think Maggie's dealing with a lot of individuals sending in information, which again, uh, I know that that playing card all too well. So I think she's a little bit on the overwhelmed side, and it's going to get more overwhelming because one of the things that I'd always made mention, it'd be so great for like a couple of people to be focused on this and a couple of this and this and this would be great, but we got to stay united. And it's one of the things that I've constantly said. It got to stay united, and if you don't stay united, they're going to win. Because they're not going to go out there and have acá está este gritando solo. They're not going to pay that much attention. But if you've got six people, strong people gritando at the same time, it makes more of a noise. But these people never get it. So God bless everybody. So what else is new for Frankie Olivo in the city of Bronzo? How's the new the resurrection of the morning show?
It's going pretty good. It's been fun. I don't know if I was bored or it's funny because I had my colleagues. My grandma asked me, "Hey, why aren't you doing the show?" I had my colleagues ask me, "Hey, you haven't been on. What's wrong? Are you scared of the smoke, or are you don't want the smoke?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's not that. Like I don't care. Like I actually look forward to working on stories and talking about things that are uh, important to Brownsville, but I don't know. Like me personally, Erasmo, I just get burnt out, man. It's so much. It's hard to juggle, three, four, five, six things at once. And I'm the type of person that once I can't no more, I just need to step back and mainly for my mental health because uh, just need time for myself. And I felt like if it was just you know kind of taking over, which I don't want that. But it's good to be back. I am gonna hit it hard up until the election, and then until December, and I'm gonna take a little month or 2 month off. That's the way I always do it. Go on for 3 4 months, get off for another two or three. But it's been fun. People have been messaging me. The numbers have been good. It's just good to be back. But I personally just needed a little break. But but it's good. Also, another story, Erasmo. There's people by Jaime Zapata that for the past 10 years they've been dealing with this mill white factory that has been causing a lot of dust in the area,
Yeah,
and has been causing respiratory problems for the community. And just now, after 11 years of the people complaining, just now, our local representatives are, asking the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality to take a look at this. And the idea is that they're going to be penalized if they don't fix the infractions that they were assessed. But the interesting thing is that Osmo, would the state or would this committee would they force them to relocate outside of the city? Would they give them some sort of you know incentive for them to move out? Because at the end of the day, that's a business,
yeah.
uh, and it produces hundreds of thousands of dollars for a company. It employs it's taxpayers, employees. It's just interesting to see how this is going to unfold. But that is something that the citizens of Brownsville have been dealing with for quite a while, and it's good to finally see some action being taken place.
We hope so. And that's one of the other things I hope that Tucker could start to see out there by Aubuck Road. But it happens all over the place. Again, the community gets sold out for 30 pieces of silver. But again, people don't go out and vote. It goes back to the same thing. Uh, I, I don't trust anyone at BISD. I think BISD is a sunk ship, and I think it's going to take new people on the BISD board, and getting rid of some of these old folks for there to actually be some type of a change out there. So we see what happens next year during the election. It'll be interesting. It's going to be interesting, I'm sure. Uh, Anything else for you? I'm done. You have a show tomorrow,
Welcome back. No, not till Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I gotta be in Harlan. I gotta be in McAllen tomorrow for work. But
Yeah,
Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
that's what I told people, guys. If I got extra work, I mean, I left the office today at 8 o'clock, 8:15. If I got extra work or I'm feeling on the bum side, I'm just going to cancel out. Mental health important.
Very important.
Guys, have a great evening. Thanks, Frankie, for coming on. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock in the morning.